Hello everybody, Swid here, and today we're talking about the balance changes that are coming on Monday, and also the new card that is going to be released on Monday. So first off, we're going to start with the balance changes. Quickly show the new card. It's like an archer or a magic archer, something along those lines. But for the balance changes, all these cards in this picture are getting touched. The ones on the top row are getting a nerf, also the Inferno Dragon, and then the three other ones on the bottom are getting a buff. So we'll go over these and let me know. Like, I did this video about a month ago, or actually like 2 or 3 weeks ago, when the other balance changes happened. So these ones are actually really soon after, but let me know if you enjoy these types of videos, or if you want to see Mike try it, or if we should do another style for these. But I wanted to bring this video to you guys. I was actually going to do a video on the Mega Knight Zap Bait deck, but as you can see there, Mega Knight, Inferno Dragon, and Skeleton Barrel all got nerfed. So that's why we didn't have a video up yesterday, guys. I decided to wait till this morning and do this video instead, so I apologize for that, but get into the changes now. So first off is the Mega Knight. This is a pretty big nerf in my opinion. His spawn and jump damage are both getting nerfed by 25%. And then his radius when he drops down and does like the spawn damage is reduced. So it's probably like half tile or tile less, which is still pretty significant. So it's going to be doing a lot less damage. I think this is going to make it not as strong against stuff like a Hog Rider. It's still going to be able to do the same versus the glass cannons like a Musketeer and an E-Wiz. Like, it'll still jump or like spawn and then one-shot it, but against the other troops like mini tanks or against like a Hog Rider, it may not deny all the damage or may not do as much. So that's something to watch out for. I think this is pretty significant, and I don't think as many people will be playing it. It will still be pretty good. Next up, also just one thing about the Mega Knight. The fact that the Mega Knight and the Inferno Dragon and the Skeleton Barrel all got nerfed, it's sort of going to hurt them all together. So it's not just their own nerf that's going to hurt them. It'll be the other ones too. So the Skeleton Barrel, the skeletons are going from 8 when they die to 6. This is actually like a perfect nerf in my opinion. I was talking about this with Colton, and we were saying you can't nerf the HP because it still should get to the tower. It gets to the tower with like 1 HP and then dies. So it should still do that. You don't want to nerf the HP, and you don't want to take away the death damage, because that's really cool how it's able to like kill bats or damage minions so that you can zap them. I think that's really cool. So I like how they went with this. I was actually suggesting 7 skeletons instead of 6, but if they've tested it and they're comfortable with 6, I'm completely fine with that. So that's also the Skeleton Barrel nerf is also a nerf to Mega Knight, because Mega Knight pairs well with Inferno Dragon, who pairs well with Skeleton Barrel, and also Bats, which got a nerf last time. We'll skip over the Knight first to go to the Inferno Dragon, since it's more of a zap bait and affects the Mega Knight and Skeleton Barrel. So it's going to switch between target slower. This isn't a huge nerf, but it's still a nerf, and paired with the Skeleton Barrel also being nerfed and the Mega Knight, I think that's going to impact the usage of them. You might not see the Inferno Dragon decks with having Skeleton Barrel and Bats. It might just be Inferno Dragon with Mega Knight, or like Prince Inferno Dragon. So definitely going to switch things up. I'm pretty happy about that, because that deck was sort of too popular and it was just like everyone was using it. So I'm glad they're switching that. So the Knight is getting a 6% HP nerf. They nerfed it, I believe, 2 balance changes ago with the Ice Golem, and I don't really understand this nerf. I'm not a big fan of it. I think it should have been kept how it was. It was completely fine in my opinion. It wasn't even being used at all in the last couple of weeks, so this one sort of comes out of nowhere. I'm not a huge fan of it. I would rather they just keep it and not nerf the HP, but I guess this is sort of to do with the Mega Knight also being nerfed, so it's still going to be like the same fight against the Mega Knight. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Also, they are buffing a bunch of 3 of them right here. Mini tanks are like 4 elixir charger cards. So there's Dark Prince, Bandit, and Valkyrie. So firstly, the Bandit is the minimum dash range is going from 4 tiles to 3.5. So if something's 3.5 tiles away now, the Bandit will dash towards it instead of walking up. So you're gonna have to play your Ice Spirits or your Ice Golems or whatever, like half a tile closer to make sure that it doesn't dash. So that's a good buff. Bandit was like pretty much one of the only legendaries that isn't super powerful on top of like Sparky, and Hound, but Lava Hound with the other Zap Bait nerfs, I think is going to get a bit stronger just indirectly, and Sparky you can't buff too much, because then it's just going to be a crazy meta that no one enjoys. So Bandit's the only one that I can really touch, and I think they did a good job with this change. We'll have to see how it plays out, but I do like this change. Nothing too crazy, but something small to make it a bit stronger. For the Dark Prince is already pretty strong in the fact that he's able to like kill a skeleton barrel, all the skeletons when they spawn, or even a goblin barrel if he's charging. So that's really cool. I noticed that from T-Bolt, the P.E.K.K.A Double Prince player who did the video a couple months ago. So Dark Prince actually has some pretty good utility. I think this might get to the point where he's just going to be really strong, and if he's in every deck, it's going to make this a really skillful meta, because he's able to, like, if you time stuff properly, kill Goblin Barrel, kill Skeleton Barrel, and then just generally deal good with Swarms. He's good against Musketeer, so this is another little Musketeer nerf. But I think he'll be in through Musketeer decks along with cards like the Bandit. So I'm a fan of the Dark Prince buff. It might have been a little too much, but we'll have to see. It hasn't really been played at all, so not complaining. The Valkyrie, the hit speed's going from 1.5 seconds to 1.4. Not a huge fan of this. I don't think the Valkyrie should be buffed. I think it should just be a card that's used for lower arenas. I'm not a big fan of having it like impactful in competitive play. This is just another nerf to like Three Musketeers in Graveyard, Spellbait. So I don't think this is the way they should be going about it. I like the other changes, but Valkyrie. So the ones I don't really enjoy are Valkyrie, Knight. I think the Mega Knight was a bit too much. I think it probably should have been like a 20 or 15%, not 25. I think that's a little crazy. Or even an HP nerf was what I was asking for instead of damage. I like the Skeleton Barrel a lot. I like the Inferno Dragon change a lot. I like the Bandit change. I like the Dark Prince change. Magic Archer down here. We don't really know anything about it. I actually have a video for you guys that I want to quickly show off. This was leaked, so I don't know how true this is. Obviously, it shows he's a common. But it sort of, and also says he's 3 elixir, which he's not. He's 4. But just to get a little idea of what he's going to look like, it looks like a wizard that's shooting a bow. So I'll show you a picture of him again up here. He's 4 elixir card. He is a legendary, unfortunately, which means that it's going to take 36 legendaries to pull to max him out, which is insane. That's a lot of money. The only people that are really going to be maxing this out are the top ladder people. Or if someone like Toby Spearhawk gets it in a fortune chest, he can buy a fortune chest and get it basically every time, which is insane for those who have a maxed out account. But other than that, a lot of people won't be getting it. It's going to be hard to unlock for everyone. Hopefully they have a challenge. For a challenge, I think they would just, normally they announce them to be coming out in like 2 weeks, and then they do a special challenge. But this one, if they're going to bring it into the game on the 12th, I'm not sure what's going to happen. So we'll have to wait and see. There might not be a special challenge, or it might just be as soon as he comes live. I'm not too sure on that, but overall, I'm a big fan of these changes. Like I said, Mega Knight I think was a bit too much. I really enjoyed the Skeleton Barrel, Inferno Dragon, Bandit changes, and the Dark Prince. And I think the Knight didn't need a nerf, and I don't think the Valkyrie should have had a buff. So those are my thoughts, guys. I also was hoping for like a lightning buff, also a Goblin Hut nerf, but those will come in future updates, I'm sure. So let me know what you guys think of these changes. Do you use any of these cards already? Are you gonna switch your decks now? Let me know in the comments, guys. Make sure to subscribe, show some support. Hope you guys have a good day. See ya.